we're going to continue from this and see how we're going to solve that. Now, the first question there is it. We are asked to simplify. We are asked to simplify this, which is 7c minus 5d plus c plus 3d. So what you just need to do here is for you to rearrange them. That is the 7, the c can be together. A 7c, we also have plus c. Then you have minus 5d, then we have plus 3d. Now the sign of this one does not change. Why? Because it is not crossing an equality sign. So since they are not crossing an equality sign, the sign does not change. So 7c plus c will give us 8c. Then minus 5d plus 3d will give us minus 2d. You can see that now 7c, this is like 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1 will give us 8. Minus 5 plus 3d will give us minus 2d. And never you, I repeat, never you add 8c minus 2d or subtract it. Why? Because they are different terms. So this is already an answer. This is already an answer. So we are going to have this, which is 8c minus 2d, which is the answer that we have in this regard. So we are going to see, continue from there and see how we're going to solve. Now let's look at this one. Now the diagram shows two parallel lines. Now, what are parallel lines? Parallel lines are lines that never meet. So this diagram here are two parallel lines and they are intersecting lines, intersecting two straight lines. Now, the two parallel lines we have is this one and this one. Now we have other ones intersecting them, which is this and this. They are intersecting them. So you can see that, and let me just say, those one intersecting now, we can call that one as transversal. In mathematics, we call it transversal lines. So we have two parallel lines, and I say that parallel lines are lines that never meet. So these two lines never meet at all. So we are asked to find the values of W, S, and Y. These are the, so where is your W? So you need to identify where the W is. Look at the W here. So the W is at this point here, and we want us to find it. Now, for us to find this W, now if you check very well, you agree with me that I have the parallel lines and I have another parallel lines here. Is it? Is it? And if you check, there's a line here. That is where the W is. The W is here. Here is the W. And if you watch very well, it is touching the other parallel lines, which is this. And if you look at it now critically, you agree with me that since this will be the shape, from the knowledge of parallel lines and we have discussed, we know that W here is corresponding with this. So that means that W is equal to corresponding. It's a corresponding angle. Is corresponding. So, and since it's corresponding, that means it's corresponding with this guy here. So that means W is equal to what? 158 degrees. That is simple as that there. That is why you're putting that there. Now, let's go to S. Now, for us to go to S, if you look at that again, let me draw this. This is one parallel line. We also have another parallel lines. Then we have this. There's another one cutting that. If you look at it here, here is your S. And there is an angle here given, which is 76. So since there is an angle there, which is 76, you can agree with me that these are two parallel lines now. This one and this one, they are parallel. So you can see this and this is forming a Z angle. Now, corresponding angle always form F angle, F shape. If you look at it now, it forms F shape. But this one now, for this, if it's forming Z angle, if it's forming Z shape, they are always giving you alternate angles. So that means that S now is S, W degree is corresponding, S degree is going to be alternate. Alternate. If you look at it very well, we agree that they form a Z shape. A Z shape. Look at the Z from here, down here like this. This is Z shape here. And Z shape form this angle here, which is this. So whenever, if we have a Z shape like this, here is alternate to this. F. This is F. F is corresponding, is it? And that is where I got this W from. Is corresponding angle. That is for the F. Then alternate will have this. So for this now, alternate angles are equal. Corresponding angles are also equal. So the answer we have in this place now is going to be what now? It's going to be 76 degrees. So it's going to be 76 degrees. So that is what we have here. Now, we have gotten our W. Here is what now? Here is 76 now, which is S. So I need to find Y. So for me to find Y, if I get this angle, and you know this is a straight line. So for me to get this place now, we just need to do 180 minus 156, 58, I mean. Sum of angle on a straight line. So if I get that small side there, which is this from here to here, so you just need to do 180 minus 158. So this is going to be 7 here. Here is 10. 10 minus 8. That will give us 2. Here, 7 minus 5 will give us 2. So that means this small side there is going to be 22 degrees. And if you look at this shape here, is a triangle there. So for us to get Y, you just need to do Y plus S plus 22 equal to 180 degrees. That is sum of angle in a triangle. So from here now, I'm going to have Y plus what is S? 76, 22, 180. That is to give us 180. So from here now, I'm going to have Y is equal to 180 minus 76. Minus 76, let me say, okay, let's add it together first. Let's add it together so that it will be easy for us there. So if you do 76 plus 22, this is 8, this is 9. Now it's Y plus what now? 98 equals to 180. So Y now we're going to give us 180 minus 98. So we have 180 minus 98 degree. So we're going to have Y is equal to, so you need to do this 180 minus 98. Remember, you're not going to use calculator for this. So whatever working you're going to do, you're going to solve that on your own. So there is going to be 7 here, 10. 10 minus this is 2. So this is 17. 17 minus 9 now will give us 8. So every answer now will give us 82 in what? In degree. Are we here with me? So our Y now is what? 82. So you need, when they give you a situation like this, you need to analyze it one after the other. That is when you get that. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Let's move to the next question. Please, you have any question for me? All right. So we are going to continue with the next question. Then we'll see how we're going to look at that now and see what we will need to do about it. Now, the first question is this. The next question is this. Sally invest 1,500 at 3%. At 3% per annum simple interest. Work out the total value of her investment at the end of 6 years. So what you just need to do is just need to find amounts and use this formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 bracket RT. You can use this. You can use this guy here to get what you're looking for. So the principal is here is the amount you invested, so which is 1,500. 1 plus what is the rate? The rate is 3%. So you're going to put 3 over 100, 3%. So multiply it by the time it takes. What is the time is what? 6 years. 6 years. So we have this now, 1,500 here, which is this. So we are going to do 1,500 1 plus. Now we can do this like this. 3 times 6, it will give us 18 over 100. So if we have 18 over 100 now, you can simply solve this one by saying you have 1,500. The LCM here, if you make this one over 1, the LCM here is 100. So that will give us 100 plus 18. That is 100 divided by 1 is 100 times this is 100 plus 100 divided by 100 is 1. 1 times this is 18. So from here, we have 1,500. We also have open bracket 100 plus this is now give us 118 divided by 100. This is what you get. So from here, this one we cancel out with this 20. So you'll be left with 15 times 118. Remember, no calculator. So you need to multiply this normally. So which is going to be 118 times it by 15. So you do that. So when you multiply that, you are going to have your answer, which is going to be what? Please, let's multiply together and give me the answer of what you have. So if you do 8 times 5, what will it give you? That will give you 40. So that will be 0 here, carry 4. Carry 4. 5 times this is what? 5 plus that is what? 9. Here is going to be 5. Here is going to be 8, 1, 1. So if you add them, 0, this plus this is 17, 6, 7. Then you also have 1. So the answer we're going to have when you multiply this is going to be 1770. So we are going to have $1770. So this is the amount that he invested, Sally invested at the end of CCS. This is the amount invested at the end of CCS. So let's go to question 4. For question 4, please and please, I beg you all, you need to know board mass. Board mass is very, very essential when you are dealing with it. Now, in the case of this, board mass, we need to do multiplication first before subtraction. So because we have multiplication and subtraction, so we need to do the multiplication first. So if you look at it, you can say, okay, 3 here, 1, 3 here is 1. We cancel out. 2 here is what? 2 here is 1, 2 here is what? 4. So what we are going to have here is going to be what? 5 over 6 minus what now? Minus 1 over 4. This is what we have there. Very simple. So the LCM of 6 and 4 is what? Is 12. So when you get the LCM, use this LCM to do that. So 12 divided by 6. 12 divided by 6 is what? Is 2. 2 times 5 is giving us 10. Minus 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times this will give us what now? It will give us 3. 3 times 1. So from here, we're going to have 10 minus 3 will give us 7 over 12. So what you're going to put here is going to be 7 over 12. Are we following? So this is so easy. But the one thing is whenever you are dealing with this, try to make use of what? The board mass principle. So the board mass principle will give you that very well correct answer. Some people will go and do 5 over 6 minus this. That is totally wrong. You have to follow board mass rules. They are in order. Multiplication before addition, before subtraction. And even there's the addition here, we could have even done that before that. So please follow the rules very, very well.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E-levels as well, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E-levels and Excel E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time, even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com and they'll reply to you.
Now, the next question is this. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 150. Find the number of sides of this polygon. So we can say that interior angle is equal to n minus 2. We have a formula over 80. You divide it by n. So this is the formula you're going to use up. Now, if you look at this, the interior angle is given to us 150. Let me write it very well. So the interior angle here is 150 is equal to, we're looking for n. So it will be n minus 2 over 1/8 times 180 over n. So let's cross multiply. So if we cross multiply here, we're going to have 150n is equal to n minus 2 bracket 180. Bracket what? 180. Now you can as well open bracket. This times this will give us 180n minus 360. So you can now collect like terms here now. So let me bring 360 here. Then 180n minus 150n, because they are the same today. So I can bring, if this one is coming here to be negative here, so I'm going to have 360 degree is equals to 180 minus 150 now will give us 30. It will give us 30n. Okay, so from here, you can divide both sides. So 360 equals to 30n, divide this by 30. This one we cancel this. So our n is equal to 0, cancel 0. 36 divided by 3 now will give us what? Will give us 12. So you can see that the number outside of it is what? 12. To give us 12. Please, any question? So we have done this now. Now let's continue with this one here and see how we can solve this. Now on the grid, we are asked to draw the line. On the grid, we are asked to draw the line, which is y is equals to 2s plus 1. Can you hear me, sir? So on this grid, we are asked to draw the line y is equals to 2s plus 1. The simple thing is this. If you look at this, these two you are seeing here is the slope. That's 2 is the slope. And what is slope? Slope is what? Is rise over run. That is the formula. That is the easiest formula I can use. So if you have rise over run, that will be 2 over 1. So 2 over 1 will be the slope there. And you should also know that this one here is your intercept. Excuse me. This one here is your y-intercept, not just intercept, please. Is your y-intercept. So I'm going to draw that in now. My y-intercept is on 1, so it will be here. I've located the y-intercept because this is y-axis, so I've located that now. Then the next thing I will need to do is for me to get the slope. The slope is 2, so which is what? Rise over run. Rise now, I'm going to move 2 places up. That is 1, 2. I'm going to be on 3 because I'm going to rise up. Run now, I'm going to run to the left side there. So that means it will be here. I'm going to run 1 places. I'm going to rise 2 places up. I'm going to run to the other side. That is what is the slope there. The easiest way of doing that. So from here, I will now draw the line. I will now draw the line. So this line now It is the line of what? Y is equal to 2s plus 1. That is the line. Now, it says use your graph to solve the simultaneous equation. That means if you look at this is s plus y. That means is this line, this one here, the one that runs from here like from 7 to 7. That is the first one. Then the one I just draw now, if you look at the question, it's the same thing. So, and whenever you want to solve simultaneous equation that like that, what you just need to do, this one now is s plus y equals to 7. Where the two of those lines intersect, that is your roots. That is your solution. So you trace it down, trace this one down. So your s now, what do you have there? You have it as 2, and your y there is 5. So we just finished solving these questions. You can see how easy it is. So it's not so difficult. Now let's look at this now. Write the recurring decimal of, now you have 0.26 as a fraction. Give your answer in instant place form. Simple way. You can say, okay, let s equal to 0.266. Why did I put another 6? Because if they say the recurring number, that 6 there is a dot on top. It simply means it's a recurring number. So I'm going to just leave it this way. So next step, multiply by 10. Okay, if you multiply by 10, I'm going to have, that is 10s now. 10s will give us 10 times 0.266. So if you are doing this now, it's going to be 2.66. How do you do it? Carry this point, because since you're on carry the point inside ones. Number of zeros. Since you have 1 0, carry it inside ones. That will give you 2.66. Now the next step now, let me multiply by 100. I'll show you something now. 100s now will give us 100 times it by 0.266. Now I told you that when it's 10, you move with ones, right? If it is 100 now, you are going, what is the answer now? You are going to have 26.6. You are going to move it inside twice. Okay, so from here now, what you just need to do, subtract these two. That is, you are going to subtract now. Let's say you are going to have 100s minus 10s equal to 26.6 minus 2.66. Now, 100s minus 10s will give us 90s. I think it will give us 90s, right? So, yes. So, from here, 26.6 minus this. What will it give you? You can do that. 26.66. Let me put it 26.66 because it's going to be a recurring number. So let me put 26.66. So if you do 26.66 minus 2.66, that will give us, this one is 0, that will give us 24. Yeah, that will give us 24. So you are looking for this, you divide this by 9, by 90. This one will cancel this, so your S is equals to 24 over 90. So 2 here is 12. 2 here is going to be 45. I think it can still be reduced. What can still go? Yeah, 3 can still divide. 3 here now will give us 4. 3 into 45, that will give us 1, 5. That is 15. So your answer now will give us 4 over 15. 4 over 15 as our answer. Please, any question here? Any question here? All right. So thank you. Please, if you have any question, you can still write it down. You can still write it down so that we can move ahead. Now, the next question here is this. We are asked, this is a vector. M is 11, 5, N is 8 and minus 3. So we are asked to do 2M minus N. So we are going to have 2. What is M? 11 and 5. N, 8 and minus 3. So if we do this, we're going to have 22, 10 minus 8 minus 3. So having said that, we're going to do it something this way, which is going to be 22 minus 8, 10 minus 3. So from here, we are going to have 22 minus 8. That will give us what? Who can answer that question? That will give us 14, right? Yeah, 14. So 10 minus minus is positive. This and this is positive. So that is 13 here. So what you are supposed to put here is what? 14, 13. Simple. You have done justice to that.
Mathematics is more than numbers. It's the language of logic, problem solving, and precision. At Ajiro Tech Tutoring, we make math make sense. From algebra and geometry to statistics and calculus, vectors, and all. Our expert tutors bring clarity and confidence to every topic. We specialize in all major exam boards, AQA, EdExcel, and Cambridge International, helping students prepare effectively for their GCSE, IGCSE, and A-level exam. Each lesson is personalized, interactive, and focused on building understanding that lasts. And now, we're proud to be officially registered right here in England, UK, offering you trusted, high quality online tutoring that meets British educational standard. Because when students understand the why behind the numbers, success becomes inevitable. Begin your journey today at ajirotech.com or message our sales team info@ajirotech.com or ajirotech@gmail.com. Ajiro Tech Tutoring, where understanding leads to excellence.
Now, they says the vector 5 root y has a magnitude of 7. This, what is magnitude? Magnitude is simply the square root. Okay, like r is, this is the formula, is the square root of s squared plus y squared. This is the magnitude. Okay, so when you are solving this one now, so I'm going to do usually that the same way. Now I'm going to, the magnitude is already 7. So you take the square root of 5 squared minus root y squared. So we are going to have 7 is equal to 5 squared now will give us 25. Root y squared is just be y. Let's cancel this. That is just simple then. So from here, you can square both sides. If you square both sides, this one cancel this. You are going to have 49 is equal to 25 plus y. You know, we're looking for y. So it will be 49 minus 25 is equal to y. So you just do 49 minus 25. This is going to be 9 minus 5 is 4. That will be 24. So our y here now is what? 24 as our answer. Are we following? All right. So the next thing we'll do here is for us to get the mean. Now they say the table shows shows some information about the marks scored by a group of students in a test. Now we have test mark, which is 458, frequency, which is 24n. Now the mean mark is 6. Work out the value of n. So if the mean mark is given, so I'll give you a formula. Mean is equal to summation of f of s over summation of f. So let's do this. Now mean is 6 already. Summation of f of s now is going to be something like this. 4 times 2 plus it with 5 times 4 plus it with 8 times n. Then you divide it by 2 plus 4 plus n. So from here, I'm going to have 6 is equal to 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times this is 20. 8n over 6 plus n. Don't want to say 6 plus n, please. They are not like terms. So stop there. So you can cross multiply here now. So I will now cross multiply. Excuse me. So if I cross multiply here, I'm going to have something like this. 6 bracket 6 plus n is equal to this plus this now will give us 28 plus 8n. Let's open the brackets. Going to be 36 plus 6n is equal to 36 times 6, 36. So 28 plus 8n. So having said that, I'm going to have, I can collect the like times here. Yeah, so it's going to be 36 minus 28 is equal to 8n minus 6n. 36 minus 28, that will give us what now? 36 minus 28. Let's do it together. 36 minus 28, that will give us 8. Yeah, equal to 8n minus 6n is what? 2n. Divide this by 2 by 2. This one will cancel this. Your n now is equal to 4. So what you're going to put here is what now? Is 4. So we have finished solving that question, and they said we should find n, and that will give us the answer. Any question, please? Any question? So from here, we're going to look at this guy and see how we'll be able to solve them. These are very simple questions, but circuit theorem is one of the easiest questions, but you have to be extremely careful. Now, when you want to be extremely careful, you have to be, because it's a question that needs your attention more. Now, this is a tangent. DE is a tangent to the circle at what point? That means when is ever a tangent is forming angle 90. Please, I'm going to change my pen. I'm going to change the pen so that you see a different thing here. So it's going to be this, like this, like this. So that means they form at an angle 90 degree. You have to be careful. Now, angle ACO. Where is A? ACO. This is angle 35. That one is given. Angle BCO. Where is B? BCO. It's also 40. It's also given. So ACO now. What you have to find is ACO. Where is A? A. C. AOC, I mean. AOC. This is AOC here. Now, from A to O is a radius. So that means these two sides there, they are the same. They are radius. ACO and what? CO, they are the same. And you know, base angle of an isosceles triangle, if I draw something up here and I have an isosceles, this is it. So you can see that here is 35. This place also is going to be 35. Remember, here is the O we're looking for. So this place now is 35. That is base angle of a isosceles triangle are the same. So I can get O now. So from here, you just need to do 180 minus the addition of this, which is 35 plus 35. So we are going to do 180 minus 35 plus 35 now will give us 70. Now 180 minus 70 will give us 110 degrees. So that means angle AOC is what? 110 degrees. Simple. So you don't need to bother yourself much like that about this when you have a situation like this. Is that taking on? So we're done with that. So you can see this is how I got this place here. That is that angle. Then the next question is what? Angle ABC. Where is A? ABC. This angle. The one, it is the angle at the middle you are looking for. Always take note about that. So angle ABC. Where is B? This is the B. So for us to find that, we already got in here. Here, which is what? 110. So if I want to get this place now, I'll just need to do there's a rule that states angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. So if I want to get the angle at circumference, I'll not just need to do 110 divided by 2. So 110 divided by 2 now will give us 5. I think that would be 55. Yeah. 110 divided by that will be 55. That is 11 into 2 is 5. Carry 1, put it here. 10 into 2 is 5. That would be 55 is correct. So we have 55 left. So this place now is what? 55. You can do angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference, which is 55 times 2. 55 times 2 will give us 110. So that means we are correct with that. Now the next question is what? Angle DAC. Where is D? You need to find this DAC. See, DAC is this angle. How do I say now? Is that angle outside there? So how do we get that angle? So for us to get that angle, from this side to this side there, this place to this place is 90. So for me to get that remaining side now, I'm just going to do 90 minus 35. So DAC is just going to give us 90 minus 35. And if you do 90 minus 35 now, will give us what? That will give us 55. Yeah. So here will be 55 degree. If you add 55 plus this now, it will give us 90. The last one is what? Angle O, O, let me check. OAB. Where is O? This is OAB. Yeah. OAB. That means we're looking for this angle. This is the angle we're looking for. I don't know whether you understand that now. So we're looking for that angle, which is what? OAB. So if you want to find that angle now, what you just need to do is just do 35 plus that angle you are looking for, which is angle A, plus it with 55, plus it with 75. Then you now put it equal to 180 degrees. There is it. I'm going to decrease this a little so that I will explain properly. Okay, so I'm going to say, now, what I did is this. I add 35, which is this angle, are you there? Plus it with what? 55, are you there? Plus it with this 55, then plus it again with 75. Is that taken on? So if you plus the whole of that now, which will give us that now, we'll have what you are looking for. Now, how come of the 75? Somebody will ask me that question. If you add 35 plus 40, it will give us that. So we are adding the whole of this together. That is 35 now. Look at what I did here. I added the whole of this angle, the whole of this angle, and the whole of this angle. These are the angles I make use of. I'm looking for this one here. That is that angle A I'm having there. And this is the triangle. That's ABC is a triangle. So if you add 35 plus 40, and you add 35 plus the unknown side, plus it with 55 again, you equate it to be equal to 180 to give us that. So from here, I'm going to have, let's first add these guys together. I think so. Let's first add this and this together. Yeah, 75 plus 55. So that is 0. This is going to be 13, 14. That is 140. Plus it with 35. 175 now. So we're going to have angle A is equal to 180 minus 175. So we are going to do 180 minus 175. This cannot go 7. 10. 10 minus this is what? 10 minus this to give us wait, I'm coming please. 15 5 plus that is still right. This one now will give us 7 plus 5. It will be 12. 12 plus that is what? Is 3. So this one is 130. This one now is 165. Yeah. So we're doing 165 here. So 7 minus this, here is 5 now, and here is going to be 1. So angle this is going to be 15 degree. 15 degrees. So if you watch very well, you agree with me that this small side here is 15 degree. That small side, that is where you are looking for. Any question? So you can see how it is when you want to solve that. It's very simple, but it's very, very technical. You need to be extremely careful about solving this question.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have um, you know the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, um, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fees really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across um, other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, um, and also for the EdXL. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdXL E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at agile@gmail.com, and they'll reply to you.
So, having said that, we are going to look at the next one. So, for the next one, the question says that the tangent from P touches the graph of y equals to fs at the point a comma b. The values of a and b are integers. Now, by drawing this tangent, the question is by drawing the tangent, this tangent, define the values of a and the values of what? B. So this is the tangent you are drawing. So I'm going to draw this tangent now. So I'm going to draw this tangent and I'll see how we're going to do. So if you press your ruler, you draw. You know what the tangent is. So you draw to pass like this. Just make it to make a tangent like this. Simple. That is the tangent. So you are making it from that P. Let's say it's a tangent from P. So at that point now, where does that line touches the graph? That is the point. This is the curve. So it touches here, trace it down. It also touches here, trace it to this point. So it is at this point now you are going to have your A and B. Your A now is 1, which is here. It falls on the S axis. Then your this now here is 5. So if here is 5, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. That will give us 4. No, it can't be 4. It will be, that means this 0.5. 2 of it is 1. 1, that will be 2. So B is 2. So we have 1 and B is 2. That is what you have. So we are done solving that particular question. Now the next question is this. We are asked to find the equation of that tangent. Now the 2 points we have, if you check very well, the 2 points we have, we're giving one of the points from the question. Look at the point there, point P, which is what? -2 and 11. So if we have the point here, which is P -2 and 11, then we also have another one, which is the one we just got now, at the another point, which is 1 and 2. So you need to find slope first. M, I told you before, M is slope, and the C there is y-intercept. So you need to find this guy, slope. So if I want to get the slope is M. Y2 minus Y1, S2 minus S1. So we're going to have S1, Y1, S2, Y2. So S2 is 2. Y1 is 11. All over S2. y1, s1 is what? Minus 2. So this will give us minus 9 all over 3. And that will give us minus 3. I've gotten this now. So if I want to do that, I'll now have y is equals to minus 3s plus c. So you can now put your point inside. And where is the point is what? Look at the point here. S is 1, y is this. So y is 2. So we put 2 here. That will be minus 3. S is what? 1 plus c. So we have 2 minus 4 here. Minus 3, yeah. 3 equals to, here is minus 3 plus c. So our c is equals to 2 plus 3. And 2 plus 3 now will give us 5. So we've gotten our C. So you can now put everything into your formula now, given to you here. So you have minus 3s plus 5, which is our answer here. So we have y is equal to minus 3s plus 5. So this is what we have here as our answer. So you can see that we have to find the equation, and I'm using what I've got here to get the equation. So having said that, I'm going to reduce this a little because it's a diagram question and I need us to see everything I'm going to solve. Now, the next question is the time spent on the internet by each of 120 adults is recorded for 1 day. It's recorded for 1 day. Listen to the question. It's recorded for 1 day. Now, the cumulative frequency diagram shows this information. The cumulative frequency diagram shows this information. So what we just need to do is to also solve this diligently. Now, the question is use the cumulative frequency diagram to estimate the interquarter range. What is the formula for interquarter range? The quarter range is Q3 minus Q1. That is, Q3 simply means the upper quartile. Q1 simply means the lower quartile. So you need to get your upper quartile and the lower quartile. How do you get them? Now, upper quartile now is Q3, I said, right? That is going to be 3n over 4. This is the upper quartile. This is formula. So you're going to have 3 times n now is the total, which is 120 divided by 4. So 4 here, 1. 4 into this is 3, that is 30. So 3 times 30 now will give us 90. That will give us 90. So the upper quartile here is what? 90. I hear now. The upper quartile is what? 90th. It will be 90th position. Don't just write 90. Because what you just got there now is just a position. So another thing you need to get now, get your lower quarter, which is Q1. That is n over 4. This one will be n over 4. So it will now be 1 over 120 divided by 4. And that will give us 30th. Now, when you have gotten this guy, you go back to your list. Look for 90. Here is 60. Here is 80 now. 90 will be here. I'm going to change the pen so that you see. So here is going to be this here. So immediately when it touches the curve, trace it down. When it touches that curve. So this is it. Look for 30th again. 30 is here. Trace it down. This is it. So these are the two. This is Q3. This one is Q1. Read the values you have here. So the values you have there is going to be, please, I'm going to give the solution here, which is going to be Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 now is this place here I have here. So here is 4 now. Here is 4. Okay, so you need to read it properly. Okay, you need to read it properly. So there is a 2. Let me say 2, 0 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, okay. I think 0.2 each. 0.2. So 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. 1.1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.8, 1.2.0. So this place now will be 2.2. This is 4.2, I mean. Then the next one is going to be is here. So it will be 4.2, 4.4, 4.6, 4.8, 5.0, 5.2, 5.4, 5.6. So I'll have 5.6. Take it away from 4.2. So you're going to have 5.6 minus 4.2. So this will give us 4 here, that will be 1.4. So we have our solution there as 1.4. That is our interquartile range. Interquartile range. Sometimes they can ask you semi-interquartile range. If they ask you for semi-interquartile range, you divide the interquartile range by 2. So just divide the interquartile range by 2. That will give you the answer. Can you hear me, sir? Okay. So from here, 70% of the adults spend less than K hours on the internet. Use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate value of what? K. So 70%, that will be 70 over 100 times it by 120, which is the total. So this 0 cancel this one cancel this. So we are going to do 7 times it by 12. And 7 times 12 now will give us 84. So the value of our K now is what? Is 84. No, it can't be 84 yet. If you put 84 there, you are wrong. So don't do like me. Okay, so the value of 84 there, you need to go back. They say use the cumulative frequency. You need to go back, check for where 84 is. Where is 84? I think I will need to use another pen so that you will understand the concept better. Now, 84, this is 80. 81, 82, 83, 84 will be here. Will be here. So we'll just trace it. Just trace that. Oh, wait, I'm coming, please. That place cannot be 84. This place cannot be 84. So you have to read what is in that there. So I want us to do, this is how do you get that point there? You need to be very careful. So each of them is 2. So 84 is going to be here. Yeah. This is where 84 is. Immediately it's touching the curve again. Trace it down. Trace it down. Trace it down like this. So here is 5, 5.2, 5.4. So that means is going to give us 5.4. 5.4. That is the value of it we're looking for. Any question, please? So when you look at this, you will see, you agree with me that the question is simple and is as short as anything. All right. So let's look at this one now.
Mathematics is more than numbers. It's the language of logic, problem solving, and precision. At Ajiro Tech Tutoring, we make math make sense. From algebra and geometry to statistics and calculus, vectors, and all. Our expert tutors bring clarity and confidence to every topic. We specialize in all major exam boards, AQA, Edexcel, and Cambridge International, helping students prepare effectively for their GCSE, IGCSE, and A-level exam. Each lesson is personalized, interactive, and focused on building understanding that lasts. And now, we're proud to be officially registered right here in England, UK, offering you trusted, high-quality online tutoring that meets British educational standard. Because when students understand the why behind the numbers, success becomes inevitable. Begin your journey today at ajirotech.com or message our sales team info@ajirotech.com or ajirotech@gmail.com. Ajiro Tech Tutoring, where understanding leads to excellence.
We have two shapes here. The diagram shows solid A and solid B. Solid A is made from a hemisphere and a cone. If you look at it, there is a cone on top of the hemisphere, okay, of that solid A. There is a cone. This shape here is a cone. Then we also have the hemisphere here under it. Now, with a radius, there's a radius of 6 there. Now, the cone has a sloping edge. That sloping edge is called slant height. Now, solid B is a cylinder with radius 4 cm and a height h in centimeter and a height h in centimeter. So the first question is this: we need to work out the value of this h. We need to work out the value of h. So what you just need to do is this. For you to do this, you can now say there's a formula that says total surface area of a cylinder, total surface area of cylinder is equal to curved surface area, CSA, curved surface area of cone plus curved surface area of hemisphere. That is it. That is how you do it. These are the question is here. Now, total surface area of a cylinder is given by this 2 pi r plus it with 2 pi r square. Total surface area of cylinder is just the two curved surface area, you add them together, which will give you this 2 pi r square, and a curved surface, which is 2 pi r. Then equal to curved surface area of a cone. Curved surface area of a cone is given by a formula, which is what? Which is pi rl plus curved surface area of a hemisphere, which is going to give us what? 2 pi r square. This is the formula. So I can rewrite this. What is common here? If you watch very well, let me just say pi is common. Let me put pi out, which is 2r plus 2r square. That's all you get. 2r plus 2r square. 2r plus 2r square. Let me check. 2 times that is 2 pi r. 2 times that is 2 pi r square. Yeah, that's correct. Then equal to, what is common here is also pi here. RL plus, this is 2r square. Yes. 2r square. So let me substitute and see. So I'm going to have 2 brackets r. Remember, we're dealing with cylinder 4. So that will be 2 bracket 4 square is equal to pi. R is what here for cone now. I'm dealing with cone now. That is 6 bracket slant side 10 plus it with 2 brackets r is what? R square, that is 6. 6 is 6 here, 6 square. Yeah. So we're going to have pi open bracket. That will give us 8 plus 4 square is 16. 16 times 2, that is 32. Is equal to pi open bracket 60. 6 times 8 is 60 plus 6 square is 36. Then 36 plus 2 is 70 plus times 2 is 72. 72. So there's something I'm trying to miss out here. I'm trying to miss out something. Excuse me. This one is supposed to be pi RH. Yeah, it's 2 pi RH. So that means I'll have 2 pi. Here is H here. Thank you. Here is H. Here is H. So that is what I was supposed to have there. So I'm going to have this now, which is going to be plus 32 is equal to, because the pi cancel out to this pi here. 72 plus this now, that will give us 72 plus 60. Let me say 60 plus 72, that will give us 132. Yeah, that will give us 132. Yes, 132. So we are going to do when we collect items here, I'm going to have 8h is equals to 132 minus 32 here. So 8h is equals to 132, that's 100. Divide this by 8, divide this by 8. This one cancel this, you have this. So if you check very well, you have 8 to 100 over 8 now. Yeah, that is correct. So from here, I'll have 4 here is 25. Yeah, 4 here is 2. So I have 25 over 2. 25 divided by 2 now is going to be 12.5. 12.5. That is what it is. That is 12 and a half. So we are done solving that question now. Then this question here is this. It says, work out the height of solid A. Where is solid A? That's solid A. But before we solve that height, this is we need to let's get here first. We already know here to be 6 because that is also going to be the radius. We already know here to be 6 here. So from here, this is going to be our S now. So let me get the height of that cone. If I get the height of the cone, I'll get the height of the solid shape. So for me to get the height of the cone, if you look at it now, I'm going to draw a right angle here. The right angle. Here is 6. Here is 10. And here is S. If you watch, this is what I have there. This shape. That is the right angle I'm talking about there. So I'm talking about this right angle here. From this place, okay, from this place, I'm going to have, using Pythagoras now, so it will be S square is equal to 10 square minus 6 square. Why am I minusing? Because I'm looking for the opposite side. So, but if you are looking for hypotenuse, you add it. So it will be S square is equals to 100 minus 36. So that will be S square is equals to 100 minus 36 now will give us 64. So S is equals to square root of 64. And square root of 64 will give us 8. So that means here is 8. And if you look at now, we're going to have, it's going to be here now. That X now is 8 here. So if I want to get the height, the height of the solid A now, height of solid A, A is equal to height of cone plus height of hemisphere. Height of cone plus height of hemisphere. So the height of the cone is 8 plus the height of hemisphere, which is 6. I told you that before. That is the height of the hemisphere, which is 6. So 8 plus 6 now will give us 14. So we have 14 there as the height of the what? Solid A.